What's up everyone, Billy here from Box Collectibles bringing you another toy review, and today we are looking at the DX Gavarion Drill from Project R.E.D. Super Space Sheriff Gavan Infinity. This is the second auxiliary mecha to show up after the Gavarion Saber, where it is just bonus weapon for the Cosmo Gavarion. The set just includes the Gavarion Drill and the Amor gear. Jouchaku WK2 is its name. They have some interesting names for these ones. But yeah, it's a drill. It's pretty cool. When it shows up in the show, they do the Gurren Lagann thing where they just drill through the ground all the way up. But yeah, let's go ahead and get a closer look at the box. All right, so here we have the box. You get a close-up of the drill, which is funny that it just like covers the name on the front. And then there's Cosmo Gavarion WK2. You get a close-up of that. We'll show off the helmet. There's Luminous. There's Bushido wielding the Gavarion drill in its weapon mode. Then over here, some more close-ups. There's the more gear. And then up here just shows you that it has 3 modes, where it's the weapon, the drill itself, and then Cosmo Gavarion WK2. And on the back, shows how it interacts with the Gavarion in its different ways. I really like this mode. I like this mode for all of them. This one's probably my favorite out of the 4. But then it shows its action feature and whatnot. And then another picture of Luminous wielding it. Down here, got some words, another picture. Yeah. Alright, and this one's pretty comical as a weapon because I can only fit 2 fingers into the slot to hold it. This is the weapon mode though, so this would be the handle. You got to do some transformation to get it to this way, but yeah, that's pretty much it. You can roll the wheel down here. That's the weapon. We'll go ahead and transform it though. So you need to go ahead and put the wheels down and then turn this part up. Like that. And then you bring in your more gear. Jouchaku WK2. It's a little goofy one. The way it transforms is weird. But it just plugs in up here like that. And then for the action mode, you just gotta make sure it's touching ground. Like that. And then just for fun, here is the drill that they used, a reprint of the model for this episode from Bokinger. But yeah, obviously this is a lot bigger just for what it needs to be, but not too bad considering this one's not a mecha, so like I don't know why it should be too big, but its drill function works a lot better. But yeah, go ahead and compare it with the rest of what fleet we got so far. And yeah, I mean, those are all good size mecha for sure. Like solid. I like that, these are equal in like almost mass to the Gavarion Trigger itself. But yeah, that's all those that I have currently. We're gonna go ahead and combine the Gavarion drill with the Cosmo Gavarion. The way you do that is you want to take out WK2, which you press this button, which is the cockpit, and it'll unlatch it down here. And then basically just turn it upside down. The clips are in here that connect to here. And then we have the Cosmo Gavarion WK2 Gavarion drill, Cosmo Gavarion drill. Got a little hump on my thing, but yeah, see, that's perfect. That's great. It looks awesome, massive. Just very cool and unique. Love a big spaceship, basically. And we'll go ahead and get it transformed. We're going to take WK2, the head, or the more gear that becomes the head. Like that. Same steps as the normal Gavarion. The only unique thing is this arm and the head. Like that. Arm, we need to swing the wheels back here, and then take this part that's clipped back here, becomes a chest plate, and then the head does some crazy stuff to form. Then we'll go ahead and do its emotional burst. And yeah, I really like this light blue, just like the jet, having like that different colors. Very cool. Conveniently, I have two of these, so we can just get a comparison shot with the regular Cosmo Gavarion. You can see just, the minor details that make it different from this, just the yellow and whatnot, different head. I like that a lot. They obviously, the Tegasword had the different faces and stuff, but I don't know. The head's not sharing like the same face itself. It's pretty cool. And speaking of that, here is Cosmo Gavarion Tenkyu. So you can see those two together. The fleet. Yeah, there's no, they're not a guy, they're just a robot, which is pretty cool. I like having just a robot, especially after I don't know how many years of sentient mecha and Sentai, so having something that's just the big mech is pretty neat. But yeah, there's those. And that's been it for this one, everyone. Thanks for watching. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. My final thoughts on the Gavarion Drill. It is probably my favorite of the two that I have. This and the Saber. I just like the big drill. As you heard in the review, I made a Gurren Lagann reference. You can put the drill facing straight up if you want to dig through the sky. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Nothing too much. The mecha themselves are like the auxiliary mecha. They add a lot of playability for the line, so I like them. I'm curious if they're going to do any more than the 4 that we've seen, and then the dragon. But yeah, like I said, that's been it for this one. Let me know down in the comments if you're collecting any of the Gavan stuff, if you like what it's shaping out to be, what Project R.E.D is shaping out to be, if you've seen anything about what's coming up. Let me know down there. And always make sure you're on Instagram, instagram.com/Brock's Collectibles, where I will be posting more pictures of this stuff and different stuff, like, Gavan stuff interacting with Sentai stuff, basically. But yeah, thanks for watching.